It's got the fun thing about these is it's got this little clip.
I don't know why, but this camera will only take a picture at this angle.
Get that little clip there.
Really?
Gives it a bit of a whack around.
I'm starting not to care about it.
What's that, mate? The thing is, it's got that cable. It's got like.
Hi guys, I'm Daniel. And I'm Matthew. We're the Valaitis brothers and you are watching The Cut.
So we're here with the Twirling Canes. How are you guys doing?
Very well, thank you. Yourselves?
Thank you.
Yeah, we're doing really good.
Doing great today. So introduce yourselves for the camera now.
My name's Matthew Pugh.
Matthew Davey.
And what do you both do in the band?
Bit of all sorts, really. We both are the songwriters. I'm more leaning towards sort of guitars, piano, bass, bit of backing vocals, lyrics and stuff. What would you say your contribution is?
I sing.
You occasionally play a bit of guitar as well.
I sing and I play guitar.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
as little as I possibly want to.
And your stand zone looks pretty well. I load all the stuff in and out.
Oh,
It's an essential part of the operation.
So the first EP you released was Raw, which you really enjoyed listening to it. How was it to record?
It was a lot of fun to record. It was a bit of a mishmash of things, really. We had some songs we wanted to get recorded. We just wanted to get it done and out there, really. So we called up on one of our mates, James Marinos, and he said, "I've got this." Yeah, it's
Definitely cool name.
very cool name.
He was talentless, but we just got him because of his name.
Yeah. He sounds like a mob boss. Stick that on CD. It's fantastic. So I've got connections to the mafia. But yeah, and he meshes up and we're like, okay, we need someone to record this thing. We're thinking, okay, we're going to have some studio come up. He goes, I've got this amazing mud hut in the middle of a field out in the middle of nowhere. This farmer said we can borrow it for a little bit.
Mud hut.
A mud hut, yeah. It's got no equipment in it. Got a few little speakers and bits pieces, little mixing desk. I've come across some microphones. Let's give that a go.
I think it was like a sanctuary for his dead horse.
Yeah, it was a sanctuary. Yeah, we got there and there's like a mural for some dead horse
Oh,
there
right.
as well. Yeah, we got the introduction we got there was don't upset the dog, beware of the snakes.
Yeah.
Other than that, you're fine. Keep out the long grass.
I wouldn't have thought it was like that. Listening to the production, it actually sounds.
Yeah.
Surprised now. It actually sounds quite good.
Yeah, it works out quite well. It works out quite well for us.
We were so ill.
Yeah, we were both actually
Two sick guys in a mud hut.
Yeah,
Trying to avoid the snakes.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of like that. We
Was
just
it-
huddled together in this mud hut with a
To a certain
bottle of
extent.
whiskey.
I did like climbing trees.
It was a
I
bit
was
of
there.
tree climbing. The most dangerous thing the whole week was obviously we had to stay out in long grass. The place was long grass, so going out for like an aftertake urination. It was like a case of climbing on benches and sort of like going off the edge. You've got to suffer for your art though.
Yeah.
So,
Of course.
Was that your first time recording together?
It was, yeah.
Was it your first time recording at all, or you sound like you know?
Little demos, not at all. We both played in bands before. We came to stumble upon each other. We've both been in bands and done recordings and bits and pieces.
Cool. So what did you take away from that experience, that recording experience? What did you learn from it? Nice.
Just more of a general feel of how we wanted to sound and wanted to do things, really. We took away what we were at that time as a couple of artists.
Yeah.
Which has changed quite a lot since then, but it was more of that was a snapshot of where we were at the time, so that's what we took away from that.
Cool. So listening to that EP, the sound of it's quite intense for anyone who hasn't heard it. If they've looked at our YouTube clips, they would have heard at least a small part of it.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've got some lyrics here, and more specifically, the lyrics are quite intense. I'm going to read them to you.
Okay, go on.
You can shuffle awkwardly like
Did I say I wrote
politicians.
those? You literally wrote all of those, didn't you?
No.
It's like I'm reading out incriminating texts. Can anyone here unbalance me? My hands round your throat, see how you breathe. I've suffered for far too long, it seems. Any time now, I'll be let off my leash.
That one, wasn't it?
That's what.
that was you! That was actually him.
That's Modern Romance.
That's from Modern Romance. That's the first song we wrote together.
Yeah, in fairness, that's probably the darkest.
Yeah, should we get ahead of the question on
Yeah,
that?
okay. That was the first song we wrote together. Basically, we met up, and it's in a warehouse where we used to work, and he was like, I've got some chord things, and I came up with a melody. Didn't actually have any lyrics for it. He had some scraps of paper he had with a few of the words, and I was like, they're pretty dark, I'm getting myself into it. I only got
We're in a warehouse.
I'm going to get out of here.
It was more of a feeling than than an actual,
Event.
more of a metaphor of, where I guess things can go wrong, and they do go a little bit too far.
Can anyone here carry me through this so-called sanctuary? I've listened for far too long, it seems. There's places to go, people to see.
People ask us for down stage, so alright, what does that story say to you? What's your story that you found?
Yeah.
So that one, people have said to us, like, some people think it's about, has your associate breathe, blah, blah, blah. They think it's about bumping off some lass. We find out quite a bit about people through that one. Other people have said it's,
I've never done that.
No.
It's like a Rorschach test, you're seeing what kind of they think from it.
Yeah, and then other people have said it's about going out, you're bored, you bump into a lady with the same level of promiscuity as yourself, and things get a little bit rough in a wonderful way. And that's how it's just it's one of those sort of things. So everyone finds their own story.
Anyone can find anything from it.
Sound check.
It was a fucking nice. Look at that. I picked that especially for my right foot. I know I'll be crossing that one towards the camera.
So you guys recently released another song called Once More that you recorded at Metropolis Studios.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, that's Europe's #1 studio, apparently,
Independent
if you don't
studio.
mind. With Paul Norris, who's a really accomplished engineer. So
Yes.
how did that differ with a Mud Hut?
It's really easy. It was so easy.
Yeah.
Compared to
Quite like that, don't you?
Is that to do with the engineer Paul Norris?
absolutely. Well, I wouldn't say so.
Paul Norris.
James came with us. He's essentially
James was with us as well.
the third Kane in a lot of ways, really. He sort of gets our sound. He's sound engineered us a lot. He's produced us bits and pieces, and then he comes on expedition with us and bits and pieces. So he came along. It was it was good. It was really good for us to do things a different way. We're very much fans of not settling in one sound or one sort of style of what I do. I mean, the music's completely different. I mean, that's one song we recorded.
Yeah, for one thing, it's piano as well.
Yeah, that's in there. We also, another song we recorded that we haven't put out yet, it's called Curtain Call, which has got more distorted guitars, and it's got kick drums, bits and pieces.
You perform live with the kick drum?
Yes, we've got other songs that are pianos and kick and guitars.
So you had to run out for an egg shaker earlier?
Had to run out for an egg shaker, we sort of... after Rourke, we decided, okay, there's only so much we really want to do with two guitars. We did what we sort of wanted to do with that. Let's start bringing in more things, but we want to try and keep just the two of us.
Yeah, that's kind of like what feeds into our next question, really. With more recently, in my opinion at least, there's more sort of stripped back acts, like people with just bass guitars and drums, like Drench and Royal Blood, stuff like that.
That's right.
And
it's the Black Keys thing, the duo thing.
We do get that.
Death from Above done it as well.
Yeah.
And it's becoming very popular. That we don't mean to be getting into that sort of.
Yeah, it's not a fad kind of thing.
It's just two of us, and we're doing as much as we can.
Yeah, I was going to say, with the less you have kind of thing. So the more you're forced to be creative of how you write songs and how you play. So how's it affected? That's my question. How's it affected how you write, how you play on stage?
It's forced us to be more creative. It's not just now about what songs can we write. It's what can we write and how can we put it across to people. How can we perform? Because when we record, we don't want to do overdubs and bits and pieces. So we've got this big, huge sound, lots of instruments going on. Then go on stage, it sounds flat. We don't want to get other people involved in music.
It needs to be pure before we even think about recording it.
It's just how we can pull it off.
And like writing as well, you can, it's very easy to develop a laissez-faire attitude towards writing. So you really need to knuckle down, and like with Rourke, we were very intricate.
Yeah.
And now we need to really look after the music as well as the songs.
It's in terms of the actual songs themselves, the newer ones. They sound more stripped back in some ways, but the intricacy is there in the way we perform them live.
Yeah.
So the songs now we've got where I'm playing piano and I'm doing the kick and the egg shaker with the right and then hi-hats with the left. Sort of
That's intricate. That's pretty intricate.
And then he's doing guitar and singing. So we've got drums.
Yeah, between you,
you've managed to that sound.
Yeah.
But we're not limited to the forms of like a 5-piece band. You've got like, this guy's playing, this guy's playing this. It's like, okay, we want to get these sounds, but we've only got so many limbs, and how are we going to do this? And that's what makes the songs, I think, sound a little bit more unique in a way.
Yeah,
definitely.
And there's certainly with such a unique sort of singing style. Like, the singing is so. That's what really spoke to us the first time we heard it.
First time we listened to it. It's the voice.
And it's especially with backup singers, I thought backing vocals rather, that really brought like a different energy to it. It wasn't so much just like harmonies that was adding to the whole sort of sonic, experience of the song.
Like, we don't really have harmonies. We have like Matthew will do probably 2 octaves above me, and like a soul sort of thing. I mean, Arctic Monkeys are doing it now as well. It's very soulful.
The reason it sort of sounds so strange to harmonies as well is I hadn't sung before we started recording Rock. So at the minute, we're sticking with 2 octaves, and then we're starting to learn to harmonise together. But there wasn't going to be any backing vocals at all. We were just like sitting there, huddled in our mud hut sort of thing.
Sold up in the mud hut.
We'd done all the takes, and he was doing his vocal takes, but it's like, I'm actually brilliant. I don't think he's doing that. Honestly, fantastic.
Yeah, I think it was
not that other way.
I think it was a bottle of Jack Daniels.
A bottle of Jack Daniels. As he was doing his singing, I was like, in the background sort of thing. Turned out I've got the pitch of a 9-year-old girl, so it kind of works with his deep vocal. So it was like,
gorgeous choir.
Might as well record that, might as well stick that on as well.
Okay, so what have you guys got planned for the immediate future? Like, where can people come and see you play?
The immediate future, we've got quite a few gigs coming up. The exact dates escape me at the moment, but they will be on the Facebook.
Sure, cool.
But what have we got? Nice ones coming up. We're in Bishop Stortford tomorrow. We've got a couple of London gigs playing. I can't know.
If you're watching this, you blew it.
You completely missed it. But
let's not go with.
Alright, we've got Stormfest coming up. That's not till May. That's coming up quite a lot later in the year.
We've got other festivals as well that are getting back to us.
And
we're definitely getting.
Well, aren't we? Plan attack at the minute is get this album finished with. About 3/4 of the way there with the album.
Yeah, so that's our next question. What you planned for 2015 as a whole?
Take it out, basically, absolutely nuke it. That's the plan of attack. So at the minute we're about 3/4 through writing the album, and then we're going to spend quite a lot of time beating the living hell out of the album and seeing where it sits. Because once it's written, you've got to really give it a hammer just to see how it settles.
Have you recorded it now, or are you still writing it?
No, we're still in the writing stage. We've got some that are written and some that are demos. We're very much at the school of we don't sit down to write. Ideas come.
It's pretty intense. That's the casualty of the sound check, right?
That's all right. We don't mind that.
No, if you can just talk loud enough, we can.
Brilliant. Yes. No, we're very much at the school of we don't sit down to write. Ideas come to us and play with them sort of thing. Really. So at the moment the album's 3/4 of the way there.
Awesome.
When the ideas come to us, then we'll start fleshing out the bits.
Not rush. Best to write.
No,
write naturally, and then you can tell the song kind of fall. So.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
It's game over.